Attention listener, the following broadcast has been created for entertainment and comedy purposes. If you do not find it funny or entertaining, just don't listen. LOL. Nobody is forcing you.
Say something funny.
Say something funny.
Mm.
Fuck no. How much does a cockney pay for shampoo?
A pop me?
A cockney.
Cockney, what's that?
Oh.
So sorry, I've disappointed you.
It's a great joke if you're from London.
All right.
So how much does a cockney pay for shampoo? Pantene. For any Londoners, it's a funny joke, all right? Chill out.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Perth's 81st Best Podcast. It's me, T. This is the Absolute Nonsense Podcast. Welcome back. For you guys, it's been... because I stuffed up, it's been a week because I let a camera turn off while recording and we didn't notice all the way to the end with the episode with Martin. So it's been a week for you guys. For me, it's been 3 months since I've been inside the studio. I am now a father. Thank you. Hold your applause. Just keep it to yourself for a little bit longer. we got so much stuff to go through. I'm a dad. I've got a little girl. Big ups to her. She's growing. She's pretty long. I don't really know what the average size of a baby is, but she seems a little bit longer than that. Just for reference, she's now 57 centimeters long and she's only like 8 weeks old. Just gonna let that settle in with you guys quickly. It still blows my mind. She's gonna be a tall lady when she gets older. So I'm back now. I'm here in the studios. Got some big things have happened the last 8 months, besides slightly less big as the baby, but there's still pretty big things in terms of this podcast. We've had 500 followers on Instagram. We reached 1,000 listeners. We reached 900,000 views on one reel, 700,000 views on another reel, 100 subscribers on YouTube. What else did you guys do for me? You still ain't paying my bills, so that's still coming out of my pocket. But yeah, all the other stuff, thank you. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it more than you guys will ever know, and I will keep doing it because I have fun doing it. If I didn't have fun, I would not do it. Fuck, I think I'm funny. Did you guys hear the snort? That is my guest, who is just to me to the left. And I just want to quickly give my 2 takes on one thing, which is hay fever. It is kind of stupid. So like I get it every year, but this year has been absolutely mad. Hay fever shouldn't exist. Humans have gone through, according to evolution, like 2 billion years of evolution, and somehow we borderline almost get taken out by a flower. That just ain't it, Chief.
Sorry.
Yeah. But at this rate, I might get taken out by my guest.
Yeah.
You are listening to
Absolute Nonsense.
Introducing my guest at this time. We have from London, England, as that's what I've heard from her comedy shows. Standing at 5'3". Oh, it's close. 5'5". Comedian, writer, song, word artist, co-creator of something called The Scoop, which you're going to tell me what that is. Mm-hmm. Actor, drummer, and all-around fucking dreamer. We got Sarah Callaghan.
Hello.
Hey. Good. My first guest from the UK.
Really? Wow. I'm
Yeah.
honoured.
Well, it would have been Kyle, but he's just never here. Well, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it so much.
Thanks for having me.
I always say this to every single guest I have. I don't know how to thank you besides giving you a high five, which you will receive when you leave.
Sweet.
So look forward to it. And how I like to start every single podcast is by asking you a bunch of questions that are kind of random. They started off from ChatGPT, whichever way the acronym goes. I realize I've been saying it wrong for 50-something episodes. But
GPT, is it? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Fuck knows.
All right. So my random questions for you. Who is your favorite cartoon character?
Woo! I think my favourite cartoon character is Arthur.
Arthur from...
Arthur.
Oh.
Maybe you don't have it here. Every day when you're walking down the street.
Nah.
Everybody that you don't know. Maybe that's just a UK cartoon. Yeah. So he's a G, for anyone that knows Arthur. Or Bart Simpson, obviously.
Bart Simpson, obviously. Is Arthur the kid from the little rabbit?
Well, you've ever seen the one is a rabbit.
And then
that's
he's
his mate, and he knows the fist. Have you
the
seen the
fist,
meme with the fist? That's Arthur.
I do know the Arthur.
Yeah,
I know exactly the Arthur.
Oh, it's a
speak
banging
of.
cartoon, man.
Banging.
It's sick.
If you could transform into any inanimate object, what would you be?
Maybe like coffee machine.
Just get used every day?
Well, you get used every day, and people love you so much. They can't start you're wanted and needed because people can't start their day without you. You know what I mean? So you feel like you have, even though you're an inanimate object, like you still feel like you've got a sense of purpose. You know what I mean?
And that's what you need, because all objects have feelings.
Exactly.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
South of the river or north of the river in Perth?
Oh, in Perth, north.
North, good girl. You can stay. Do you use Apple or Spotify? Apple Music or Spotify?
Apple Music.
Okay, and do you have your phone on you? You do.
Yeah.
What is the last thing that you played on there?
Oh, let's have a look. The last thing that I played.
It better be embarrassing. It better be like...
Do you know, recently played Hold Out by Sam Fender.
Never heard of it.
You've never heard of Sam Fender?
Even the person, yeah.
Fucking hell,
mostly
man.
talking about the song, but I've never heard of Sam Fender.
Well, the second one was Every Day by Wizkid, so...
Yes, I've heard that.
You know Wizkid.
Yeah, I know Wizkid, yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway. What is something you find uncomfortable?
Something I find uncomfortable, if people are like not clean.
Dirty people?
Yeah, dirty people make me feel uncomfortable. Like if you go to someone's house and they've got like a cat and there's just like cat hairs everywhere and the whole house stinks of shit. And they're like, oh, take a seat. And you don't really want to sit down.
Where?
And they're like, oh, would you like a drink? And I'm like, not from those cups. No, I'll bring my own.
Bring my own cup.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But they're like your mate and you don't want to be rude, you know what I mean?
You gotta be rude sometimes. Yeah. Cat people are kind of up there with one of the worst people alive. Just saying.
Yeah.
Maybe like not. I know there's a lot of worse people out there, but like maybe like a top 10 type of person.
Just like clean the shit out of the little tray. Like just that's bare minimum. Like you've got shit in your house, bruv. Take it away.
I'm fighting this biggest urge to just start talking with a British accent. a lot of like the content that I consume is UK.
Oh really?
People. So like YouTubers and stuff like that, and so I'm finding it so hard not to just be like, yeah, in it. Let's just
we'll get you by the end of the podcast. You'll start just sounding like Top Boy. Top Boy.
And then on the other side of that, what do you find satisfying?
What do I find satisfying? People with good timekeeping.
Oh, time management guys.
Yeah. Or even just like when things work out time wise, like you're running for the train and just as you get down the steps, the train is pulling in. It's like, yeah. I love that shit.
That is pretty hot. I like it better. I would like that a little bit more on the edge. So as I get in, the door closes. That'll be fine. Like I'll hear like the beep, 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 and I'll be like, oh.
Yeah, so you think today's going to be a good day.
But never run.
No.
No, that's too embarrassing. Can't let the mandem see me out there running like that.
Oh shit.
If you had a time machine, where would you go? Or when would you go?
Probably go back to the 80s.
The 80s?
Yeah.
It was just the 80s.
80s.
The 80s,
the 80s, mate. Because the music was good and I just feel like it was a good time.
Yeah, it's true. Everyone wore bright, vibrant colours, which it would be, I guess, fun.
I think so. Yeah, well, that's the vibe I get as well, and like the drugs are better. And, and just good clubs and good vibes.
Facts, fair. If you could swap places with any celebrity, who would you swap places with?
Dave Grohl.
Don't know who that is.
He's the drummer. Well, he used to be the drummer for Nirvana, but he's the lead man in Foo Fighters.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
He's from Nirvana?
Yeah, he's been in loads of bands. Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
what
man.
What a band whore.
I'd swap place with him because he's just like such a good guy, like, and he's just done some amazing things in his career and just like cool collaborations and sick gigs. He's been all over the world and just everyone loves him. Plus, he can play like pretty much every instrument, and he's friends with some other very big A-list stars. So probably I'd like to be him for a day. It'd be pretty sick.
Pretty sick, yeah. What would you do? Would you like just grab his phone and just start messaging mad people?
Yeah, I'd be saying, "Oh, let's go for a jam." Well, I'd message like Paul McCartney and make him do coke with me. Just get
Make it. You'd be like,
Yeah, do it now.
Choice. Come on.
And just
Let's
get-
go.
yeah,
I've only got 24 hours. Hurry up.
Yeah, it'd be sick. You get him to spill the beans on the Beatles and that, and get the inside scoop. I'd be like, look, what was John Lennon really like? Was he a prick or not?
Is he known as the bad person, good person?
Oh, he's a good person. He's all about like peace and love and all that shit. But some people hate it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Peace and love, man. Sounds like he'd get along with Cheech and Chong. If you could travel, why can't I read? It's been a long 6 months. I'm just used to people saying goo goo gaga for the last a little bit, yeah. If you could travel to any fictional universe from a book or movie, where would you go?
I don't know. Maybe like Hogwarts or something.
Okay. That is becoming a staple question. I might have to add that to a staple answer. Everyone says
Yeah,
Hogwarts.
well, I was going to say Narnia, but only because that was the first thing. But I'm not really... I don't know what other
like,
sort of like realm is there. I'm not sure. Oh, actually, no. You seen the film Hook with Robin Williams, Peter Pan,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So
yes.
when they go back into Neverland and all the Lost Boys and shit,
Yeah.
there.
Would you be one of the people in the Lost Land?
Yes, 100%. Because they just fuck around all day. They play. They eat imaginary food. They have like amazing buffet and they eat loads of sick food and then they just fight all the bad guys. Yeah, that'd be sick. And they sleep in tree houses, man.
We'll put a damper on that right there. There is no possible way that they're clean.
Yes, I know, but it's an imaginary world, mate. You know what I mean? I'll be in the river washing myself with fucking leaves and that, you know. I'd find a way to be clean.
There is always a way. Are you the driver or the passenger?
Passenger.
Did you make your bed this morning?
100%, yes.
Always.
Yeah.
You're coming the clean person.
Yeah.
Cleanest guest of Absolute Nonsense history. What is your home go-to cooked meal?
Probably like a chili con carne, but like real spicy chili flakes. And I cover it in sriracha and like rub it in, like stir it in. So it's got like a real nice kick to it, you know what I mean?
Damn, I wasn't expecting spiciness from an English person.
Yeah.
You're the one English person that found spice and kept using it.
Yes, yeah.
One musician that you can listen to on repeat.
Can I pick a rapper? Yeah.
Yeah. Do rappers make music? Or do they just
I thought you meant like musician. But
sorry.
Kendrick Lamar.
Bless. Good girl. One musician that you can happily never listen to again.
Lady Gaga.
I haven't even heard a song by her in a
God.
very long time. I haven't even thought about her in a very long time.
She's got an amazing voice, but nah, her songs are dead.
She's got an amazing voice, but I don't like her face.
Nah.
And my favorite question of all time, if you were a professional wrestler, what would your name be?
No tits, flat ass, like big belly machine. That'd be me. I do like an 8 Mile on them. I'm like, what? I've said it all. You can't say nothing now. And then I'd like distract him and then just go bang. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, what would the crowd be able to say just to egg you on?
Yeah.
Like, you got no tits.
Yeah,
I'm like, I know. That's in my fucking name.
Yeah, innit? You know what I mean? My ass is flat. Bang! You know what I mean? I'd make like new moves and shit. It'd be sick.
Jump straight.
Yeah.
Ass first hit. Just bone.
Yeah. Come on.
You're like, oh my God. Just
It's a good name.
ass cheeks of steel.
It's like I've never been asked that question ever in my life, but do you know what? I think fuck the comedy, mate. I'm all about the wrestling now.
All about the
That's
wrestling.
it. Yeah.
Just gonna
My new career. Watch out.
Hey, I'm happy. There's a league in WA that would be very happy to have
Really?
New wrestlers, yeah. This is one of their shirts, actually.
Sick.
I forgot to bring that up as well.
Oh yeah.
The homie Taylor King. He's been on the pod. He's a really nice guy, and he's got one last chance at on December something. There's an event, and he's got one last chance to win the title. If he doesn't, I might actually cry because we're very invested at this point. But that's another day's topic.
Fingers crossed to him, man.
Fingers crossed for sure. Taylor, you hear that? Sarah Callaghan.
I endorse you.
Endorses you.
Yeah.
It's absolute nonsense.
All right, Sarah, let's talk about you. That's why you're here. Not because I've forcibly taken you hostage. But so how's life going? So you were at Crown, living up that good life, so I assume life is going pretty well.
Yeah. My geezer came he came into a little bit of money. And, so we were like, fuck it, let's go and just live it up for a little bit. So that was fun. Yeah, life's been going good, man. I came over a few months ago and moved in and sort of like settling into Perth life and that in Giggins and yeah.
So is your geezer?
My geezer.
Is your geezer from Perth?
He's British, but
okay.
he's lived in Perth for like 18 years. So
true.
He's been here for a while.
So he can drink now in Australian laws.
Yeah.
He's an adult.
Yes.
So you've been here for a couple months. I'm just gonna ask about that now. Did you meet him in England?
No, I met him here. At the beginning of this year.
Oh, and you stayed?
Well, I came back because my visa ran out and then I had to go back to the UK for a little bit. And then I thought it was just going to be like a holiday romance. And then, so I thought, okay, well, it's been fun, but see you later. And then now we sort of stayed in contact and that. And I was going to come back anyway.
Yeah.
But I was going to go to Melbourne. But then because I thought, maybe me and him might be a thing, I was like, well, let me come to Perth, see what happens. I can gig here for a bit. If me and him don't really work, then I'll just go back to Melbourne. You know what I mean?
Yeah, chill.
But yeah, it seems to be working out very well. So I'm staying here now. Can't get rid of me.
We've got another Brit in Perth now.
Yeah, I know.
There's a suburb full of you people.
Yeah, I heard. Is it John Dunlop?
Yeah, up there, up near
Yeah.
there. It's like Burns Beach, full of Brits, full of people from the UK.
You'll fuck those lot, innit?
Don't worry, I'm sure they won't see you. They won't be up in your ends
No,
anytime soon.
This is absolute nonsense.
Honest question here. How often do you Google yourself?
Oh, look, at least once a week.
At least once a
Yeah, I'm not going to lie.
Good.
Although not much has been going on recently because I haven't like done a show in a couple years and so I haven't had like reviews or anything. I'm quite shit on social media, so nothing new has really happened. But during festival season, I Google myself pretty much every day because you've got reviews coming out and people writing different articles and whatever. So you always kind of want to stay on top of what's being said, innit? You know what I mean?
So you're gonna rave on big Fringe Perth, the Fringe Festival in Perth. Yeah, you're gonna be in it for it.
Yes. What, the one next month or the one in February?
What's the one next month?
Because here's different. Like back home, we just have festivals, innit?
Yeah.
But in Australia, you have comedy festivals and
fringes.
Oh
yeah, the WA comedy thing.
So
next month.
I always get confused about what's what. You know what I mean?
Oh,
but I'm doing whatever's happening in January, February.
Yeah, that's the Perth Fringe one. Yeah,
Fringe World. Yeah. So I'll be doing gigs. I'll be doing lots of gigs and like jumping on other people's shows next month.
Yeah.
But for the comedy thing. But I'm not doing a show myself.
Well, I did see you're doing the one with the UK people. With like you, John Hughes. You know on that one?
Yes,
right?
I am on that one. Yeah.
Fuck, he's gonna hit me because he's coming on in like 2 weeks.
John Pinder?
No, not John Pinder. The other dude with the moustache that when we saw you in Frio like last week, he's the one that spoke to me and Jen in the front row.
Oh, Grant Mushet.
Yeah.
The Scottish guy.
Yeah. Oh, he's Scottish?
He's Scottish, yeah.
We couldn't tell where he was from.
What the fuck? He's got like the strongest Scottish accent.
I thought he was Welsh.
Oh my God.
I know, that's what I mean. He might punch me twice.
No, Grant's a great guy. I really like him. I only met him, earlier this year, and he's sound as fuck. He's wicked.
Good. I've got him coming on, so.
Absolute nonsense. This is.
You're the first person who I've actually met that has an IMDb.
Yes, I don't know who set that up. I don't know.
I was actually going to ask you that.
Yeah,
Did you do it?
No, that's only new. I think in the last sort of few years. Like I don't know where that's come from, but yeah,
Sure.
it's pretty cool because I clicked on it and all the information. I have pneumonia in it. All the information is correct, apart from at the top it says Sarah Callaghan is used to be like the senior producer at this like TV channel.
Yeah.
Which is just not. I've never worked in TV like behind the scenes. I've never been a producer of any TV show.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing they've got wrong. Because on a couple of podcasts they've been like, "So Sarah, tell me about your time working at blah blah blah, being a producer." And I'm like, "That's not me, man." So I want to know who created that page, so I can just say, "Can you just take that off?" All the other credits of all the other TV I've done and like shows and podcasts,
correct?
it's all correct,
I've
and all
got
the
that
years
on,
and everything.
yeah.
So it's
I've got
pretty
that
sick.
all on, yeah. There is a button on there that says, "Do you want to suggest a change?" So
Oh right, yeah, sick.
maybe I'll click it for you. I thought it was like
Yeah.
I thought it was like Wikipedia and how people can just make their own page. So I
No,
thought
that's cringe. That's incredibly. I know a few people that have done that. It's fucking cringe.
on Wikipedia.
Yeah,
True.
mate. Oh my god.
I might have to do it actually. That sounds like good banter.
Yeah.
Speaking on your IMDb, 'cause I get that wrong every time I say IMBD, because that just feels more comfortable to say IMBD than IMDb. I saw you've got 4 shows. You've been on 4 shows. 4 shows that I have never heard of. I hope that's just because they're English shows, not because they're shit.
I think it's a bit of both.
You were date girl number 2 on a show called Jerk.
Yeah, Jerk was great.
Jerk was great?
It was a sitcom that a comedian wrote called Tim Renkow. He's got like cerebral palsy, but like super funny, and that got like 3 series. Never brought me back, but let's not fucking bring it up, shall we? And yeah, that was real fun, and that was a real good sitcom. Yeah.
And then you were on Virtually
Famous.
Yeah.
Yes.
As yourself.
Yeah.
You did,
that was like a guest. That was like a panel show.
On a panel. Yeah. I did look into these shows. I just couldn't find any clips of them anywhere to try watch them, but because I feel like this is becoming my catchphrase. I like to look up my guests before they come on. And I also like to see them at their comedy shows, which is why we were there at Frio. We were there to watch you. And then I got
picked on the whole night. But then
fucking love it. There is a specific reason why I sit in the front row at every single comedy show, because it's the best fucking seat. It's always comfortable, because it's always a couch. Yeah. And I just enjoy talking.
I didn't even clock that was you though the whole time.
Didn't you?
Because when you messaged me, it was like, "Oh, great show." I was like, "Oh my god." Yeah.
So we thought you recognized us or recognized me. Because we just felt like you kept looking in our direction. But then we also thought we were in the front row, so she's going to be looking. Yeah.
And it was either you or that like old guy and his wife. And when I was doing the jokes about like fucking old men, she was just giving me the dirtiest looks. I was like, okay, I'm going to stop looking over here now.
There was... let's talk about that now. I forgot about that, so I didn't fucking think about it. There is a couple of things I want to say about that evening. There was one joke that same woman... that somebody said, that young kid doing his first time. Nick. There was one joke that he said someone's name, and she fucking lost it. And no one else was laughing as hard as her, because no one knew what he said or who he was. I have no idea who the guy was that he spoke of. But I was like, true. And then that lady, there was a...
don't. I know who you're on about. Nah, I actually felt well bad for her, innit? That was her first time
I
ever.
know. I still don't fucking... I was the one who was broken at the front row, because I was just sitting there and I lost my shit. Because I looked over at the group of... Since that dude came with like 30 of his friends. Great friends. I wish that many of my friends came when I did my first show. When I looked over at them and I just saw like half of them like looking down like with their heads in their shirts.
Mate, nah.
It fucking broke me. I was like... I couldn't hold it anymore. I was sweating. My chest was in pain because I was trying... You know when you're like... When you think you're not supposed to laugh, but then you're laughing. And I was just...
It makes it worse.
I was in so much pain. And then afterwards she came up to me and said... What was so funny? And I was like...
Oh my God, did she? Fuck.
I have no idea.
What did you say? What did you say back?
I literally just said, I have no idea whether I was supposed to laugh or not. and then she like, you know that thing old people do, and they like touch your arms like this.
Yeah.
And she was like, she said thank you for I don't know what for. I kind of just was about to start laughing again, so I just walked off.
Oh.
But I've got no idea if she was being fully serious or her bit was being serious to people.
No, I think she was trying to do her thing, innit? So I felt bad because obviously it was terrible. But like we've all been there, you know what I mean? Like where it's your first gig, and yeah, it was hard for me because obviously I was emceeing that night, innit? And like it's hard when you're trying to do your thing. Like she was like trying to be funny. And like everyone's laughing at you, not with you. It's just like fucking hell. How can I get the room back to neutral when I agree with why you lot are laughing? You know what I mean? But, it was uncomfortable to say the least.
It fucking snapped me.
Oh, mate.
I
knew those boys as well. Like that's just like throwing a fucking to the lions, mate. That's just But yeah.
Oh my God, you're gonna make me start off again. But it was, it broke me.
Yeah.
But big ups to her doing her first time.
Yeah, big up, man.
I've done one show and I'm slowly building up my confidence to do another one. It was fine. People laughed. People said I did good. I just shat myself, so I'm on edge.
Yeah.
I'm like, but yeah, big ups to her. And if it was her thing to just, like, if that was what she was trying to do by being so serious that was her joke, I would be like, yes, good.
Oh, she was trying to do that on purpose. She's a genius. But I don't think... Because I chatted to her after and
so she was trying to do it on purpose? Oh,
no. She thought she was funny, but it was more like a TED Talk, wasn't it? Like,
yeah.
Oh, well.
Bless.
That's life, eh? Oh, dear.
This is absolute nonsense.
Have you ever watched yourself back on TV?
Oh, yeah, all the time. Yeah.
I actually do it right before I go to bed.
Yeah. Every time I'm on TV, I got to fucking watch it. Although the last time I was on a TV show called The Stand-Up Sketch Show, just before I flew out here in July.
Yes.
And that aired on TV.
I've got that here as well.
That aired on TV when I was flying over, so I missed it.
Oh, you normally watch it live?
Yeah.
With the people?
When I was like living with with my mum and my brother and that, I'd maybe have a few mates around, like when I first started doing TV. But now everyone's busy and whatever, so I watch it on my own. But then people will be messaging me, going, I'll remind them, hey, I'm on TV tonight, this channel, 10 p.m. or whatever, and then they'll be like messaging me throughout the show. But I usually watch it on my own.
Bless, you sound so bougie. Oh yeah, when I first started doing television, I was.
I'm not doing enough though. Yeah. I need more.
Give me it all.
Innit?
Put the camera in front of my face. I love it. So that was one of them, the stand-up sketch show. And then the last one was Rod Gilbert Growing Pains. That was a show that I think I could actually get around because I read the blurb for it. And it said it was just a show where people would convince him that they had a shit childhood or...
Well, you just talk about your childhood. So there's and then there's different like games that you play and that. And you just talk about your childhood, like... fashion and like sweets or naughty things you used to do, school, growing up, siblings, all that sort of stuff. So it's just like 3 people just chatting about their childhood and that. And then he votes, and then there's like a vote at the end, and he decides who's had the shittest one. So it's fun. Yeah, it was like the most fun I've ever had on TV, I think.
Out of how many shows have you done? Just those 3? 4?
I think about 6 different shows, but over 13 years. So it's not really a lot.
IMDb need to catch up. That's how I'm gonna read it from now on. I'll be like IMDb.
This is absolute nonsense.
And let's talk about your comedy. How's that going for you?
Yeah, it's going alright.
Yeah, it's going good enough that you're here with me now. So,
living the dream.
Big ups to you, eh?
Yeah.
Big ups. When did you start? How long have you been doing it for?
13 years. Just over 13 years.
Okay. Why'd you start it? It was like...
I didn't know. I was bored and I couldn't get a job and I just thought I'd give it a go. And then here we are.
Here we are, 13 years later. This is the peak of your comedy career. Like, it's only downhill from as soon as you walk out this room.
Yeah, I'm a has-been now.
Just letting you know.
Yeah.
This is the point where career's going to die.
Oh, thanks. Cheers.
No, don't worry. I'll come to at least 2 of your shows. So you didn't start because of some weird trauma thing that like some kid stole your lollipop from primary school and you were like, I'm just going to be funny now from now on.
No.
You're just bored.
Yeah, I used to do like acting, like when I was younger, and like musicals and like improv, and just I like to perform, and I was always like funny at school, but doing stand-up comedy was never something I ever thought about, and obviously because you're on stage on your own, it's quite scary not to have anyone to kind of
bounce off.
Yeah. So that was something that never ever went through my head. I never watched much comedy. It wasn't like a big thing in our household. It was never on my radar, never an interest. But yeah, I ended up doing this like course because I was bored and stuff, and I already had an affiliation to this school because I did like some acting courses with them like years before, and so you still get the emails. It was like, oh, try stand-up comedy, and I was like, well, that'd be different.
Yeah.
Like, why not give that a go? And then so I did the course. It was like a 6 weeks course, and during that time I got a job. So I was thinking, well, now I've got a job, I don't need to do something to kill time. But I thought I might as well finish it. I paid the money, like, and then we did like a little showcase at the end, which was like our first gig, I guess. And yeah, I liked it in that. And then the teacher guy was like, oh, here's a list of like open mics, like if you want to, because people do these stand-up courses for different reasons, not to be stand-up comedians. Sometimes it's to get better at public speaking, and if they have to give a lot of like presentations within their job, or to gain confidence.
True.
So it's not everyone wants to be. So he was like, do you want to be a comedian? And I was like, no. And he's like, I was like, this was just a bit of fun. I'm glad I did it. I've learned some great skills. I've built my confidence and stuff. Like, but no, I've still got no interest in going out and going to gigs. And he was like, well, I think you're good. So here's some open mics. If you fancy it, hit these places up and whatever. And I just forgot about the list. Because I started working in that, and I just wasn't bothered. And then I had this really cunty boss, and so that fueled a lot of my anger. Like, I was really angry, so I started writing jokes about him. And then in the end, I wrote like a 5-minute set, and I'm like,
just about him.
Yeah, like purely about him. He was like such great inspiration in it. And he actually lives in Australia now, which is crazy. But
he's hunting you down.
Oh mate. So then I was like, oh yeah, let's do it. And then so I went to an open mic, and I did.
I did the roasted a man that wasn't even there.
Man, people loved it. So then, yeah, I just kept doing it and adding bits and then whatever. And then like within 6 months I got signed, and then I started getting paid, and then that was now I'm here. So yeah.
Within 6 months.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was probably a bit soon. I was not good enough to be signed, but yeah, it kind of started off everything, and then yeah, it sort of grew and grew and grew, and then I quit my job, and then I just started doing comedy full time, and I sort of fell in love with it. I always feel like my journey's like an apprenticeship. Like I learn as I go along.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of people, like, they've studied comedy, they watch specials, they've got favourite comedians, they they love joke writing, and then they try comedy. Yeah. Whereas I've come into it completely blind. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, do you know this comedian? Like, an old famous. And I'm like, nah. And I've got like Google them, and they're like one of the greats, and I'm like, oh shit, like I feel quite like stupid at times, but that's good in a way, because I don't feel like my comedy's affected in any. I'm completely me.
Yeah.
There's a lot of comedians that love like
copying and
Richard
pasting.
Pryor or fucking Dave Chappelle. They end up taking on a little few of their mannerisms and their flow and their cadence and stuff, and I just think, you're watching too much.
Gotta be you, innit?
Yeah, you gotta be you, innit? So yeah, there's pros and cons to doing it that way, but that's just the journey I've had.
So you remember your first show?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you shot yourself?
I didn't shit myself, but it was so bad, like, because the showcase went really well, but it was just family and friends, so obviously they're gonna laugh. Like, it was a really great environment, it was like fun. So then my first proper gig outside of that was in this real shit pub in a place called Aldgate in London, and terrible. There was like a band on before me, which music and comedy never goes well together. I don't know why they always try and put them two together. And so they had this band, and they were playing some fucking Mumford & Sons, and then they finished, and it was like, right guys, now we've got a comedian coming to tell some jokes.
Yeah.
Everyone's like clapping. I come to the stage, I do my whole set to complete silence, yeah. And I'm like, I don't know what's gone wrong here, because like I've been performing this set for ages, and like people always laughed at it. They loved it at the showcase. Like, what's going on? I come off stage super deflated, really embarrassed, because a few of my friends had turned up, like they do at the beginning. They want to see her. Just absolutely terrible. And I found out that the entire audience was Spanish. they didn't speak English. They were on some fucking meetup, like. So they didn't get it at all. They were just there for the music. I was like, fucking hell, mate, suicide, bruv. So, yeah, it was bad.
Was the music in Spanish?
Nah, but obviously, like, you can enjoy music. You don't need to fucking know the language to be like, oh, yeah, this is nice. But, yeah, it was so embarrassing. But, yeah.
That's hectic.
Yeah.
Were your friends not laughing?
Nah, they're outside smoking. Like, because I didn't get any laughs for, like, the first, like, 5-6 jokes. So they just were just like, this is shit.
Fucking dicks.
Yeah, dickheads.
Fucking man.
Look at me now.
I'm in Australia
Yeah.
on the Absolute Nonsense podcast. Where the fuck are you, mate?
Yeah. So I say, if you're not there, what is it? If you're not there for my bad days.
Oh, yeah, don't be there for my good days. But there's like some like...
If you can't take me in my worst, can't handle me in my worst.
Yeah. If you can't handle me in my worst, then you can't have me at my best.
Exactly, something like that.
There's like a more fun version of it that I can't remember that I know some like rap artist has said.
Yeah.
That's gonna bother me now. Just gonna sit here in silence trying to figure it out.
Sure, Google it.
Please. Why do you do that? I'm gonna check if this is still recording to get my anxiety down. We're Gucci, bro.
We're Gucci. It was
in a
fucking
song, eh?
Marilyn Monroe. If you can't handle me at my worst, then you don't deserve me
At my best?
at my best.
Oh, what the fuck did Kendrick Lamar say? If you're not... Was it Kendrick Lamar or was it J. Cole?
It sounds like something one of those guys would say, innit?
Oh, no, I'm not sleeping tonight. I'll figure it out and I'll fucking message you and I'll be like, it's this!
Yeah,
I
innit?
fucking
Just
remember
randomly.
it." Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
I'll like send you the link to the song like on YouTube with a timestamp of exactly where it
Yeah.
happened.
This is absolute nonsense.
You do spoken word art. So, did the spoken word, did that come before comedy or after comedy?
Came after comedy, yeah. I've only been doing that since like 2018, 2019.
5 years.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Well, it's not a funny story. I was in a very like abusive relationship, and I came out of that, and very depressed and suicidal, and like not like in a very dark place, and I didn't really know how to like express myself.
Yeah.
So I used to just write poetry and that.
Yeah.
And just like write it in my phone and like write it down and whatever. My friend read some once and was just like, "Fuck, this is really good." And I'm like, "Yeah, but it's depressing. Like it's just for me and whatever." And she was, so we started going to all these like different like sort of. They were like hippie nights, like we do like meditation and sound healing. And at the end of these sorts of events, there's always like an open mic where there's the stage and a microphone, and if you come up and you want to talk about something that's important to you, you want to sing a song, you want to teach the audience something, like the stage is yours to do whatever you want. You know, some people like sing a song or recite a poem or whatever. And one time my friend was like, "Oh, my friend's got a poem," and I was like, "No," I'm like, "No, she hasn't." And everyone's like, "Oh, it's a safe space. Please come and share. The group are ready to listen to what you have to say." And I'm like, "Fuck's sake!" Like, I'm not embarrassed. I'm not scared of the stage. Like, I'm on stage for a living all the time. But I was just like, it was more like the content. You know what I mean? I've never been that raw. So I get up and I do this poem, and it really like the effect it has on the audience is like nothing I've ever experienced ever in my life. Like even when I've killed a comedy gig, like
the way you pause there, even when I've killed a comedy
at a comedy show. Like, and people come up to you and say, "Hey, that was great." It's like, it's so soulless. It's like, "Oh, that was really funny," and then they walk off. Whereas this, it was like people come up to you, really looking in your eyes, being like, "Thank you so much. Like, I really need to see that today." Like, the connection and that I was getting with the audience was just overwhelming. You know what I mean? It really helped me, and I felt like I was helping them. So I just started going to poetry nights after that. Like, I was still doing stand up and that.
These ones?
These,
does that not exist?
More, woo! Say it again! Say it again! Them sort of nights.
Yeah.
Like they were hip hop nights, so it was like a lot of rappers would go down there.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, it was hardcore, man. It was fucking sick. Like some of the coolest people used to roll through there, and they would always have like a DJ and an after party. Sometimes they'd have like a band, and you'd have like a jam, and I play drums, and then you could do like spoken word over the top of that, or rappers, singers would come down. It was a vibe, man. And so I started doing them, and then I just became better and better and better, and found my voice within that creative realm. And then my poetry kind of went away from the depressing stuff, and I started doing really inspiring poetry.
Yeah, I've heard that.
The stuff that's very upbeat and And now I try and I make drum and bass music with inspiring lyrics over the top of that, because I want to start getting it into the clubs. And a few producers and DJs reached out to me, wanted to remix my shit, and it seems to be hitting people in a cool way. So it's good to be able to do stand up and then to have my music life as well, and then like side by side, and then I can switch from the two.
Chameleon and a half, you're right.
Yeah.
Like, oh, today I feel like being
a
rapper. Today I feel like being a comedian.
But that's how it came about. And that's the thing, comedy, I was not really in a good place when I started comedy. I was bored, I was frustrated, I was a bit lost, I didn't know what I was doing in my life, I had no job, I was broke, went to comedy, and then I was like in this abusive relationship, I'd lost sense of who I was, and then boom, I fell into that. So it feels like every time I go through a real bad
something
experience,
great comes out of it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's why I call myself the human lotus flower, innit? Because I grew through shit and I'm beautiful now. And that is the life of a lotus flower, man. It grows in shit, but it's so when it blooms, it's so beautiful. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there's just a rose growing through
concrete.
Yeah,
Tupac. That's Tupac.
So, yeah,
it's a poem you wrote.
The way you said pack, just the English,
What?
The English accent.
Tupac.
Yeah. That's
what. You seen that meme where it's like Jada is like, she's got the bandana on, she's just like, I am Tupac. Or was like, I'm the one that killed him. You know what I mean? Because, you know, with all the shit that's going on with her and Will and everything. She's ratchet. Anyway. She's moving wild.
It's absolute nonsense.
What the fuck?
I was trying to do that like that. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, but then I started doing that noise at the same time, and they made some beautiful child together. But ladies and gentlemen, I have a new segment to introduce to you now. It is called Nonsense News, where I have gone through the internet and dug through all the way to the bottom of the barrel to find the shit that will never pop up on the internet. And that's what we're going to do. I've got a bunch of... what are they called? Oh, no.
What?
At the front of a newspaper. Headlines?
Yeah.
I got a bunch of headlines here. I'm going to read them to you, and we'll go through them if we think they're worthy of the thing. So I've got this one here for you. Charity shop in Swansea. Oh, I'll try to do a news voice. Welcome to Nonsense News. On today's headlines, we've got charity shop in Swansea asks people not to donate sex toys. U.S. Customs Office, so... I'm fucking dyslexic, okay. U.S. Customs officials seized giraffe feces from a woman in Minnesota airport. Man fakes heart attacks in more than 20 restaurants to avoid paying bills. And then this one might hit you close to heart because it's from your people. Naked man strolled down London Street before his semi-clothed pal knocked a cyclist off a bike.
Shit.
Which one of those interests you so much that you want to know more?
I would say the heart attack guy.
The heart attack guy?
Because I rate that. I'm all about the free meal.
Free food?
Yes. And that's inventive. And I like it. I like this guy already.
All right, let's go into it. Let's read what it says. Mind my dyslexia that I probably don't have. I'm just an idiot. A man in Spain. Oh, it's also hits you close to home because your second show. So you... Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to think of a joke, but I couldn't think of one there. A man in Spain Oh my God! A man in Spain faked heart attacks in more than 20 restaurants as part of a theoretical effort to avoid paying the bill. The 50-year-old man, expat from Lithuania, would apparently often go to restaurants in the Costa Blanca region and treat himself to a meal. So this actually, you would actually like this because he's pretty much saying fuck you to Spain. So you're on board even more now, eh? But when it came to paying the bill, he pretended to have a heart attack, dramatically slumping on the floor. Shit, he went all out. The owner of one restaurant the man visited, and he would order glasses of water, of white label whiskey to wash down the Russian salad before faking a heart attack. The manager of another restaurant, El Buen Corner, said it was very theoretical. I hate English, man.
Theatrical.
I feel so much sympathy coming from you right now. He pretended to faint and slumped himself down on the floor. We have sent photos around to all the restaurants to try to stop him from striking again. Another restaurant worker told that's a Spanish word, I can't say it. I don't know why I'm putting on an American accent. I'm trying to say like El Paso, Texas. El Paso. He lay down on the floor, acted as if his chest hurt and began to shake. The man would even receive medical attention sometimes and never paid for anything he ordered. Despite being arrested on several occasions, he was released each time because each incident was only considered a minor crime due to the relatively small amounts of money involved.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you're gonna fucking do that, at least order a steak or something, man. Like, why are you going and having a salad? Like, all for a bit of lettuce. Like, come on, man.
Hey, bunnies have to eat as well.
Yeah. But he had the whiskey though, so fair play.
He was jailed for 42 days after refusing 2 fines for his crimes, and more free food.
Yeah, really. and free shelter as well.
He looks like an egg. I'll show you.
He's a dickhead.
He looks like a classic hooligan in a football match.
He looks like a guy that would do that.
He's even it looks like he's even got bloodshot eyes and I bet, do you reckon he would have gone on the internet and searched up what people, videos of people having heart attacks?
No, because if you have a heart attack, you can have a heart attack and not have any reaction and not know. Yeah, you can have a heart attack. Usually it's pain in the arm. So why is he clutching his chest and shaking? Like he's having an epileptic fit or something.
He's doing a bit too much, isn't
it? You know what I mean? That's why they say he's being theatrical. It's just bro, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? I can imagine him just looking at him on the floor pay for the salad.
The one time he does it, a doctor's there.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with you.
He's
but do you know what? I appreciate the effort. And the creativity there.
The effort of me trying to read, or the effort of
both. Because I tried to do it like a dine and dash. I tried to run away from restaurants before, but back in the day, I'm no model now, but I was a lot fatter, so I'd run from restaurants and always get caught, and that's way more embarrassing. I think that's more embarrassing than faking a fucking heart attack.
They'll fucking walk with you back.
Yeah, I know. Oh, mate, it was so cringe. It's worse than the walk of shame. When you've shagged someone that's being walked back by someone who works in a restaurant, being forced to pay, and everyone's watching you is cringe.
Oh my god! Imagine your card declines.
I know. I'll be like, please don't do this. Don't do this to me.
Please, I ran for a reason.
Yeah.
I have no money. And just for a quick one as well, I'm really curious about
the naked man. No.
No.
Who is this? Who's the what's
the one about the Swansea, the charity shop in Swansea asked people not to donate sex toys.
Oh yeah. Why would you want to use someone else's dildo, man? What the fuck? I
don't see what the problem. I can't afford clothes, but at least let me get some free pleasure, you know?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I feel like a lot more people are going to be sad than happy from that
and
situation.
To be fair, dildos and that and sex toys are fucking expensive, man. I went into a sex shop the first few weeks that I was here.
Which one?
Don't ask me why and don't ask me where, right? But I was in there. Well, I'm an adult.
It's safe to assume you would just needed some satisfaction.
No.
After an 18-hour flight from...
No, me and my geezer want to experiment.
Me and my geezer!
He's old as fuck! No, he legit is. He's nearly 60. So
Is he really?
Yeah, yeah.
He looks fucking good for 60.
yeah, he does look good. Where did you
Damn.
see him?
On your Instagram.
On my Instagram. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, he's fucking fit, mate. I tell you. But anyway, yeah, we just kind of went in there, and I've never really experimented with stuff like that. So I was like, there's one near where we live, right? So I was like, oh, let's just go in for a laugh, and we're, man, like. The tiniest vibrators are like $60. Then you've got all these other things ranging into like hundreds and hundreds of dollars for like a whip or this or like all these other random things. Like I couldn't believe how expensive it was. So I'm just like, if someone's got no money, you're in a charity shop. You're buying your clothes from a charity shop. Like you're not doing well, yeah, in life. Like you said, let me have some pleasure. If they're selling a fucking knockoff dildo for £2, let them have it.
I can just fucking imagine like a bunch of like you're going down Skid Row in LA, like the place where all the homeless people live, or all these uneducated swines that listen to this podcast. And you're just walking down the road, and all you're just hearing is like next to these tents, you're just hearing like. That's all.
I'd love it. I'd say, yes, mate. No, I don't have $1, but you have a good day.
I've got some spare batteries. Though.
Yeah.
Do you want me to charge that bad boy for you?
Oh, man. I remember seeing two homeless people fucking under a tarpaulin in Glasgow outside of a Pizza Hut, and it was the most traumatic but beautiful thing I'd ever watched in all my life.
Like, in all of this pain and suffering that they have in their lives, they were able to find each other and
they were in love.
Find love.
They were in love, and the police came over and like kind of said, "Oh, you can't really do that here." But I was watching. I just was like,
"That's how you do that."
Yeah, that was inspiring, man. And both of them were off their nut on heroin, and I was just like, "Well, someone's having a good day."
Hey, if they can keep it up on heroin,
wait, it's a whole new meaning. You know, they say like dance like no one's watching, like fuck like no one is watching, innit? Because everyone was watching. And they didn't care.
Just a crowd gathering, walking by with your family. They're like, "Oh, somebody's performing."
Some Americans like, "Man, I've never been to Scotland before. Wow, look the castle, and oh my god, some homeless people fucking." They're a tourist attraction. It's great. I loved it. God bless Glasgow.
This is absolute nonsense.
Let's do the other new segment that I have. The one that I told you about.
Oh, yes.
There's going to be a song, and I will play it now. I just haven't made it yet. So let's pretend like it's a banger. Are you a truther or a liar? We're gonna find out today. Great song, eh?
Sick song. Love that song.
It goes hard. So, the game is called Are You a Liar or Are You a Truther? What we're going to do for everyone listening, so you guys know, we have both come up with we've both come with a story. Oh, excuse me. We've both come with a story of something that's happened, or of an event that's happened, and we're gonna say it to each other, and the other person's just gonna ask some questions to try to figure out if it's true or if they're a liar. That's pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, there's not much more to it. If it slaps, this won't even be in the video, so who cares? I mean, if it doesn't slap, if it does slap, I'll do it every single episode. Well, let me know if you like it. Message me on Instagram. My DMs are pretty dry. So please help a guy out, help a dude out. So, do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
I'll go first.
All right. I guess like the best way to do it is give me like an opening statement, and then from that opening statement, I'll see if I can ask questions from it.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was living in Madrid when I was 18, and I got kidnapped when I was out there.
Okay. All right. In Madrid, so that in Spain?
Yeah.
Yeah? No. Okay. And how long were you there for?
I was there for a year.
And how long were you kidnapped for?
I say kidnapped's pretty harsh way of saying it, but I was taken and in a car journey and kind of dumped on this like mountain top. So I guess it was like half a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how'd you get back?
Well, I had my cases because I was supposed to go to the airport, and they infiltrated my plan. And what she did was she took me into the mountains.
Infiltrate?
They did. They
infiltrated my plan.
They did, and then so I had to basically where it was in the mountains. There's like you have to walk for ages, but there's like bus stops, and buses come every maybe like 1 or 2 hours, like very very irregular, but they do come. So I ended up walking and found this bus stop, and I just waited there for fucking ages. Got on a bus, went back into the city, from the city to the airport, and then I got home that way.
Okay. And where were you going home to?
Back to the UK.
Back to the UK.
Yeah.
And you were 16?
No, I was 18.
18.
I just turned 18. Yeah.
Happy birthday. What a great
I
present.
know. I was actually living there. I was teaching English, so I was put with this family. So I would like teach their kids after school, and then I went and taught in a school twice a week as well. And the relationship between me and the woman that lived there sort of broke down gradually over the time I was there, and then I was like, I don't really like it here, I'm not really getting on, and there was like obviously huge culture difference, and I was like, right, I'm gonna go. So I booked a flight in secret, and I was just gonna leave because I couldn't be fucked to like explain why I'm going, because I had like a contract. This company put me in and all that sort of shit, and I was just like, I'll deal with the consequences when I'm back home. And she sort of found out my plan, I don't know how, and
So your person you were living with was the one that took you out to the mountains and left you there?
Yeah. Because she was just a bitch. She was an evil bitch. Like, horrible, like, person.
Well, what did you do to piss her off so much?
I didn't do anything. She had clearly some mental health issues. Like, she wasn't really happy in that. So she started, like, making up lies about me that I was, like, using too much water, and I was, like, loud, and I was, like, not teaching the kids properly, and like, all this other, like, stupidness. And
you were teaching her kids?
Yeah.
Her kids English?
Yeah. And I lived in the house. They lived in this huge mansion in the mountains, right? And
so they took you like how much?
Far. Like it was far. It was far.
Okay.
Yeah. But before then, she got the police round because she was trying to make out that I'd stolen stuff from the house.
Yeah.
And I was scared because I was thinking, oh fuck, what if she's planted something on me? Because I know I hadn't stolen anything, but I was like, if she's planted something in my case, I'm fucked. And the police came. They were like shouting at me. They opened up all my bags, like found nothing. Thank God. And then they fucked off, and then I was like crying. I was quite distressed in that because obviously it was quite a scary experience to have like loads of Spanish police just shouting at you when you don't know what's going on. And I was like, I'm gonna go to the airport. Like I'm going home now. You can get someone else. Like you can deal with the company. Like I'm a separate person. Like if you're annoyed at the company for putting me with you and we haven't really got on, and if you don't think my teaching standard has been good enough, then cool, that's whatever, get someone else then in it, I'm going home. And she's like, I'll take you to the airport. I'm like, no, I'll get a cab. And then she just chucked my bags into the back of her car, so I was like, all right. I was thinking, oh fuck it, I'll at least get a free ride. She's like driving all erratic, like screaming at me, shouting at me, like
in English,
half English, half like, because she could kind of speak broken English, going on these big rants in Spanish and then saying words to me like in English. And it was scary as fuck, man. And because I didn't know where she was taking me, I was like, this is not the airport. And then she's like, you think you're grown up? You think you could, and all this sort of stuff. And I'm like, what? And then she just dumped me there and left me there. I was like, where are we? She's like, get out. I'm like, oh my God. I couldn't believe it. It's fucking, ridiculous. I was traumatized.
You couldn't believe it. I'm not even sure if I believe it.
It's nuts. And then they're like, when I got back, that's when I started doing stand-up.
So you said that was when you were 18? How long after did you start doing stand-up?
Well, I'd done the course already.
Okay.
Because I'd done the course, but I didn't do any gigs.
And how old did you say you are?
Me? I'm 32.
Oh, you're like a year off in math. You're like a year off. You'd be 19, 13 years ago.
What do you mean?
If you're 32, subtract 13. Because you said you've been doing comedy for 13 years.
Yeah.
So it'll be 19.
Yeah, I started in 2010, June 2010. But then I turned, my birthday's September, so.
Okay.
So I did turn 19. Started when I was 18 and turned 19 that same year.
Right.
The dates are correct.
Okay. Now, are you a truther or are you a liar?
I don't know. It's up for you. It's for you to decide. What do you think?
I believe that you are a... Oh, there's got to be a question I can ask that would definitely define you as a truther or a liar. But I just can't think of it. I'm going to go with you are a... truther.
Yes. Yes. No, that legit happened, didn't it? It's mad. Because I said that to my geezer just before I came here. I was like, oh, I'm doing this podcast, and he asked to have like a really crazy story that's almost unbelievable.
That is
and I was like, that's such a great question because I knew the story straight away. And I said, what do you think it is? And he said, the Madrid one. I said, yeah, that's the exact one I know. So even he knew, yeah. But like that story, like it definitely would believe. But like I could be talking about that for 2 hours. Like there was so much shit that went down, from start to finish, and all the different tangents and the kids and all this. Like, yeah, they had like a housemaid, by the way, which they had legit was a slave. They took her passport and shit, and like she hadn't seen her kids in like 8 years. It was really sad. Like it was fucked. But she's dead now. Like not the maid, the woman. She killed herself. Thank God. But she weren't well. Like she's a fucking nutter. And yeah, man. So yeah, that was to the point where like, I was actually so traumatized by that. It was a very traumatic situation that I wasn't actually able to talk about it. But now I am. I'm thinking of writing like a comedy show, like an hours, like because there's so much comedic value like in the whole story. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it is crazy. And a lot of people might think, oh, is it true? Is it not? But yeah, totally true. 100% true. Yeah.
All right. I guess now it's my turn.
Yes. Right, come on, let's go.
So, when I was in your neck of the woods, in London, or in England, I was, I guess, like it's a very loose way of saying it, but I guess I was almost mugged. Like they didn't take it. I guess they mugged me while I was crossing the road, going to a KFC. I guess, yeah.
What did they take?
They didn't take anything because I was able to be like I saw the dude and I was like, oh, he looked pretty. He wasn't like a dude wearing like nice clothing and like just like covering his face. It was kind of looked like a homeless guy.
Right.
And then I kind of like I guess like I was dressed up as like a little bit kind of look Roadman-y. And obviously I'm a big black guy, so I was like, oh, no one to mess with me. So I was like, oh, if I dress up like a Roadman, in it,
Roadman, you get me?
Like no one would come press up on me, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But I kind of just convinced him that like I didn't have anything on me, and I just was like, I'll buy you some food, and you can come with me and get food from KFC, and I just got him enough for him to take with his little family that he had, or friends. I don't fucking know.
Oh, so you did buy him food?
Yeah. That's what else was gonna
Why? Because what was he saying to you then?
So
give me money. Give me your money.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I was like, I ain't got shit, bro. like I'm just a dude here, from.
What part of London was it?
I was like 30 minutes out, like on the train, in Hammers. I can't say it. Hammersmith.
Hammersmith. Yeah.
Yeah. So I stayed at a hotel, and the KFC was like a 5-minute walk away.
That's the truth. You're telling the truth.
Nah.
You're not. There is a KFC at Hammersmith though.
Yeah, I know.
You googled it.
Yeah.
You fucking prick. Wow, that's some mad research, man.
I fucking looked it up.
Sick.
I know where it is. Like, so the hotel. If you're gonna ask me what hotel, I was at the Novotel in Hammersmith, which is like a rock's throw away from the Hammersmith train station.
That is so specific. Oh my god. Do you know what? I rate you. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Let's go. I don't know. Yeah. And my voice started breaking there just because I was fucking anxious. I was like, "Fuck, I can't do this from the dome." Like all I had was the place and a KFC, and everything else was just like I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, but fucking.
Well, you're very convincing. Yeah.
What can I fucking say? So now,
big up to you.
I guess I'll create a point system, which means now I guess I'm 2 points. 2-0. I've got 2. My guests have got 0. So guests, step it up. This is the end of the podcast. Sarah, I want to say thank you to you for coming on. And now you see that camera in front of you, which is still recording. I'm so proud of myself. And it's also recording in 4K, which is pretty exciting.
Jeez.
So we might have some high quality footage coming out. I want you to look at just fix yourself up. Look at the camera. Tell the people where to find you. All your details will be inside the description. It'll be on the screen through the episode. Let them know. Instagram, whatever you want to tell them.
All right, cool. So I post all my gigs and where I'm at on my Instagram. My Instagram is at @scallaghan1. That's SCALLAGHAN and the number 1. YouTube's dead. I don't post anything on YouTube. I'm really bad on social media, but I update all my gigs on there. And check me out on Spotify. Check my music out on Spotify. And yes, hopefully see you at a gig soon.
Hopefully,
yeah, where I'm telling more truthful stories, but hopefully in a more funny way. You know what I mean?
Thank you for coming on. I will.
Thank you.
Oh, dude, does your music get copyright if I use it?
You can play a tune.
No,
you can play a tune.
Yeah,
it's
I'll
alright.
play a little bit on the way out of the episode. Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Remember to like, subscribe, follow. Give me the 5 stars on Spotify. I think Apple Music does do the same thing. Apple Podcast, does do the same thing. I don't know. I'm still so annoyed that they split those up. Dumbest fucking process. Go on there, rate the 5 stars, follow on Instagram. Watch more videos. Really trying to get that one video to 1 million just to please Jason Wood, world champion golf. Guys, thank you. And all I like to say at the end of every single episode is toodaloo.
I've had a mad life so far, gigged in some cool places, making people laugh. I've sniffed all the powder, pop pills and smoke green. Watched the best sunrises you've ever seen. I mean, they're not the romantic kind, but now I want a soft life. I want a soft life. I want same bed, sober mornings, cuddles and kisses, perfectly cooked eggs and trash TV. I want stability. I want to show vulnerability. That's why I write poetry, to express the inner me. I want a soft life. I want calm voices, good memories, clear skin and no regrets. I want familiarity, not triggers that make me angry. I want a soft life. I don't want tired eyes, tears and tantrums, come downs and smashing up hotel rooms. What did I text him? Who should I say sorry to? Where the fuck did I leave my shoes? I want a soft life. Fresh bed sheets and bubble baths, going to bed when others start to party. I want growth. I want a better me. Sick of feeling lonely, like no one really understands, like no one really knows me.